This is for a rezone request that the Plan Commission heard on July 7th for a zone map amendment at Bob and Teresa Crafts property at 3295 County Road 52 in Auburn. Part of their property is zoned I-2, low intensity industrial, and the other portion of their property, the south portion, is zoned rural estate, RE, and they're working through some banking issues and need to have their property zoned all the same to be able to move forward with that. So looks like those parcels were zoned to that I-2 zoning district back when the new UDO was created in 2009, January 1st, 2009. There's two properties that they own there, or two parcels they own. Approximately 5.11 acres are zoned I-2, and then approximately 1.91 are zoned RE, and then about 3 acres are zoned in the Auburn ETJ area. So on page 2 there shows the two properties that they own. Their house is on the northern parcel, and then it's just vacant woods on the south. Page 3 is just a zoomed in image of their property. Page 4 is the existing zoning map. So that kind of reddish, brownish area is the I-2 that has their house and their residential property on it. And then the rural estate's kind of that blue that is to the south and up to the east. And then the brown is along County Road 52. That's the Auburn ETJ. Future land use map does show this as an industrial use. I'm assuming that, we talked about this in the Plan Commission, I'm assuming that they thought industry would kind of go this way. Even when we did our future land use map, effective March of this year, we did keep it the same. But having the zoning not match the future land use map is not illegal at all. Doesn't change what they can do on their property. Just we're not proposing to change the future land use map at this time. So with that zoning then, the proposed zoning would go to RE on page 6 there, just an image of what that would look like. Basically, the Auburn ETJ would remain the same, and then anything north of that on their property would be rural estate. On page 7, we just show what the existing differences are between the low intensity industrial and the rural estate. Obviously, the industrial is going to have more industrial uses on there, and then the rural estate is more for single family homes, which is what their property is used for. So the Plan Commission did vote unanimously to send a favorable recommendation to the commissioners. So we're just here asking for that to be adopted by you.
You've heard the recommendation. Mr. Gomer.
Make the motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the zone map amendment for 3295 County Road 52. And I'll make sure we get this right. Rezone it to
RE, rural estate.
Rural estate,
yep.
RE. Are there any questions or comments? You're okay with it, Andrew, I assume?
I am okay with it, yes. Yep, I believe it's the, from the legal standpoint and also just from the practical standpoint for these homeowners, it's the right thing to do.
Anyone in the audience? Hearing none? No one? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Susan will have something for you all to sign, and then I'll get it recorded. Cool.
Anything else, sir?
Yes.
You want to do it now or wait?
Andrew, you got a chance to look it over yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I just pulled it up right
You
now.
just want to hang out while he looks it over? It's the Butler thing. Andrew's still looking through it.
because you're gonna bring it back to me.
Susan still has to sign.
Terry's idea.
Was it?
Heck no.
Terry says not.
Not's choking me here, but.
Thank you.
Are you here? Would you like to speak with the commissioners?
Are you for the Zimmerman?
No?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Do we know if Susan, if anybody's coming in for that Zimmerman animal request?
Don't know.
Well, we can talk about, if you're okay with it, the EMS contract. So I reached back out to Parkview, kind of talked to them a little bit about doing an extension. We have a 3-year agreement currently that goes out to 2028. Jim and I have talked about this a little bit. With all the changes coming in 2028 due to the SB1 and all the new tax system they're going to put in place, my thought was to see if Parkview would extend it out 2 more years. So to allow not to have to negotiate during that time of when all the changes and everything's going on. So I did get a proposal back from them. I've sent it to you guys. It's basically another, right now we're on a $25,000 increase each year. They're just going to continue that out. So for year 2028 would be $3,075, and then 375, and then hold on, let me pull it up here real quick. Basically, it increases it by 25,000 each year, up to 400,000. They did add another truck on, so we're basically paying 100,000 per truck for coverage, which is very excellent. When I negotiated with the previous, when we first came in, we had to get a negotiated contract. Parkview was very happy with the arrangements. I talked to them about some of the concerns we had. They actually put on a 4th truck, was part of the proposal, to help alleviate some time issues. I did dig pretty deeply. Lutheran didn't want to have anything to, when I talked to them, they weren't interested. TRA out of Fort Wayne was not interested. 2 of the national companies that I've talked to weren't interested. The only company that was interested was a private company that said they would do it for 2 ambulances. So they were going to decrease it and cost just as much. So, to me, IU is building, and they are trying to put a presence up here, but they're not established enough yet to even have a conversation with them. So I think this would be the best bet to go forward, lock it in for a couple of years, make sure we're good to go, and it allows the council to, when it comes to budgeting, when they figure out how they're going to pay for EMS, they kind of have an idea of what it's going to be, at least until 2030. So, make the motion to accept the updated proposal for the extension of the EMS contract.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the extended contract for EMS service. And this is specifically for the public. By law, we do have to provide ambulance service.
Correct.
County.
Yes, we are required to.
Yeah. It's not something that we take lightly, for sure, and besides, we do, by law, need to have this ambulance service.
Yep.
Is there any other comments or questions?
I reviewed it, and I'm fine with it
Thank
from
you.
the legal perspective.
Anyone in the audience?
I'd like to make one little note, though. If we owned our own services and provided it ourselves, it would be millions of dollars worth of equipment and staffing and payroll and stuff. So we're getting a pretty good deal at this.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing no one, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Thank you for all the work you did, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Commissioner Yard, do you have any item at this time?
No, I do not.
One quick item that needs to be addressed is our calendar for next year for employees. And you both received it. Presume Andrew's seen it, but there's not really much to,
There's not much,
it's
yeah,
not legal.
not really. It's entirely up to you, gentlemen, what you want to do. Though, I mean, I think it is helpful to be cognizant and aware of the times when courts are closed and, you know, that sort of thing, or when courts are going to be open. Because if the courts are open on a particular day, you would probably not, you'd want to, you know, think about having your county offices also be open, especially the clerk's office. That's the main legal side.
So at this time, I would entertain a motion to accept the calendar as presented.
Which presentation is it? Can you go through it, the days, to make sure we're all on the same page?
Yeah.
And for the
I'm
public to know which ones to.
kind of, well, it depends which one you're doing. If you're doing the one HR sent, or if you're doing the one that the auditor's office normally does. I'm trying to get.
Yeah, because there's two of them I have, that's what.
Okay. Schedule the commissioners are looking at for the holiday schedule for employees for 2027. I will just go through these, and they have not been adopted by the commissioners yet. New Year's Day, January 1st. Martin Luther King Day, January 18th. President's Day, February 15th. Good Friday, March 26th. Memorial Day, May 31st. Juneteenth Day, June 18th. Independence Day, July 5th. Labor Day, September 6th. Fair Day, which is replacement for Columbus Day in a trade, so that because it's so hard to get into the courthouse on that Friday to begin with, which would be October 1st. Veterans Day, November 11th. Thanksgiving, November 25th. And Thanksgiving Friday, November 26th. Christmas Eve, Thursday, December 23rd. And Christmas Day, Friday, December 24th. Because Christmas must fall on Saturday, 2027. That is the proposed calendar, which is up for discussion.
I would like to add Election Day of 5/4/27. to allow people to be able to work the polls and stuff. Did we do election day this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to continue that to allow, if a government employee wants to help out with the elections, they're allowed to. So I'd like to add election day 5/4 of 27, which is a Tuesday, onto that list, if it's okay with you guys. Outside of that, I'm fine with it. That follows the federal guidelines, correct? I think that's all of them. I think so.
But there are no county elections in 2020.
I understand. I think election day, everybody should be able to vote and stuff like that, so I want to make, I think it's important to have election day off for, it should be a national holiday in my opinion, so I can only control at the county level.
When is that date again, please?
5/4 of 27. One of the biggest things our citizens do, we should allow them to have the opportunity to do that and help out as needed. That was my motion with what you presented and adding election day to it.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the holiday schedule as has been presented. Any more discussion? Anyone from the audience? Hearing no one, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 3-0. I would like to make a comment that the election day, adding that will help this courthouse as well, even though tomorrow or next year will be an off year for county elections. But the Juneteenth day, and I'm speaking for the other two commissioners as well, but the concurrence was that there's a lot of the court system has been giving Juneteenth day off, which includes the clerks and a lot of people, employees, and which was 38% of the employees have the day off. And in order to make it equal for all employees, it is the consensus of the commissioners that Juneteenth day be a day off for everyone. In addition, the commissioners, and again, I'm speaking for them, and please let me know if I'm wrong, but we feel that the council is not going to have the money for raises this year, so at least this is a little bit of an attempt to do something for our county employees, so that obviously those that are already getting the day off, it's not additional, but for the rest of the 38% that are not getting the day off will now have the day off, and it's just a little bit that something the commissioners can do to help in this time when it sounds like there's no raises coming. So I presume you gentlemen agree with that? Thank you. So that, I'll let you have this. 9:15, we have the Zimmerman animal request. No one here? Okay, we can still move forward. This is a request that was surprised to find out that for the animal request to have people come to their farm and pay to visit animals. The ordinance in the county says the commissioners must approve it. So hopefully you gentlemen have read what she would like to do on the, yes. So anyway, we need a motion and pass it.
I would make a motion to table it. I want to go out there and take a look at it for myself personally before I make an opinion on it.
Okay.
And me, myself, I had some questions and nobody's here to answer them, so I I'd go with him to table it.
Okay, that's fine.
And I would like to, if we can do a visit, go together, or
See what it,
set
what
up
the,
a time that we can see what's going on.
Okay. I will, if it's okay with you gentlemen, I will email her back and tell her it's been tabled till you gentlemen especially can visit, and I will advise her that she really probably needs to come to the commissioner meeting. So your questions can get answered.
One clarification, if we okay this, does that mean that the county's backing it in any way or sort? That, I mean, if the commissioner's okayed for a new business?
I don't believe that approving a business under an ordinance is in any way saying you support it. It's just saying that it meets whatever the qualifications in the ordinance are, and I have not reviewed the ordinance. Is that, was there any particular qualifications required, or, I mean, it would be, did Zimmerman provide a copy of the ordinance, or, I mean, we can look in our own ordinances, of course, but.
Yeah, I was surprised that the commissioners had to approve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I am getting a copy of the ordinance.
great, awesome. Susan's providing that for us, that'll be great.
So, and another thing, if we do approve it, do we get to send our animal lady out to check on them once in a while to make sure it's staying up to, I don't want to approve it and then have things
Right.
go to.
Well, if she shows up, we could get her agreement to that. If she shows up, we could get her agreement to allow the officer out there periodically.
I would think if we're okay in it, that periodically we ought to, let's look in on it to make sure it's staying properly.
Our animal control officer has been there. And
I just want to make it so she can continue to be,
yeah,
or check to see if that's still the thing that she can continue to go drop in once in a while, and
I think she'd be happy. Erica is the one that actually let me know that that was county commissioner approval. But we will table that until our next meeting, if that is okay with you gentlemen.
we made a motion, so we have to vote on it.
Pardon me?
We didn't vote on it.
No. Oh, I guess there was a motion. Yep. We have a motion and a second to table this until further meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion carried 3-0. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Mr. Knox has been here.
Are you okay now to talk about that, Andrew?
Well, which?
Butler?
Yes, I am.
Chris, you want to come up? Thank you.
As he's reviewing one thing, you're going to a different thing.
don't hit me in this crossfire.
Make sure I was off camera. You want to explain this, Chris?
You can start, yeah. Oh, did you say you want me to?
Yes, you can
Yes, I
explain
can.
this.
Let me bring it up. Currently, the county has an interlocal agreement with the city of Butler for the zoning administrator of the county to assist with the city planner in certain duties and plan commission related issues. This was approved in August of '24 by the county commissioners and the the Butler Board of Works. The city planner currently is part-time, and it's Andrew Provines, and he is resigning, I believe, in August. And the mayor and I, along with Kellen and Andrew, have talked about that city planner role basically being combined with the zoning administrator of the county here. Request, and then in the agreement, which I believe, Kellen, you sent that to all three commissioners? Okay, or all
Yes.
The other two commissioners, thank you. So you saw in there what those responsibilities would be. Basically, the county would just be assisting with Butler with the city planner role. There wouldn't be any other county duties going into the city of Butler, right? So it's not like we're taking our zoning ordinance and implementing it for the city of Butler. It would be two separate ordinances and all that. But also then, with that, we would be doing the approving or denying, I guess, for that case, the improvement location permits. So within there as well, under the budget and operating cost is for the two office staff that are in my office to be compensated for their duties that they're going to have to take on as well. I wouldn't say that this is going to be a large increase in workload, but it will be an increase in some workload. The city of Butler, we currently do all of their building permits anyway, so this would just be one extra step to get their building permits approved. We would improve their improvement location permits, which is their zoning setbacks, that sort of thing. We currently do this now with the current interlocal agreement. Susan may be able to explain how that's budgeted. Basically, the council appropriates money for this role, and then the city of Butler reimburses the county for the expended money. On or about January 31st, I think is when we usually get it, after budgets are approved, so, or after budgets are adopted. So, that's basically it in a nutshell. There's a couple spots where I will have to have an effective date. The first page, I was first told it would be around July 31st, but it sounds like we're gonna have our last plan commission meeting with him in August, so then I would take on that role starting in August, whatever that last date is. So I'd have a couple dates where there's probably gonna be around August 27th, I would assume, of this year. So be happy to take any questions you have. I'm not sure. Were you here in 24? Were you both here in 24 when this was? Okay. So you approved the initial, yeah, you were.
Yeah, we were.
24 was your first year, yeah. So you both approved the initial agreement, so.
Is Butler paying, help me here, is Butler paying each time it's a permit, or is it just an annual fee?
Annual fee.
And how much is that?
So currently it's about 20,600 is added to not my pay, but it's added to what? How would you explain that? Anyway, the new fee would be 22,500, and then a yearly cost as well of the two staff at 20,000, and each of them getting 10,000 each. So with that, it would cover the cost of me attending plan commission meetings, council meetings if I need to, Board of Works meetings if I need to, redevelopment meetings if I need to, so covers the cost of all those meetings as well. And then the implementation of, or not implementation, but administration of their zoning ordinance.
Feel that's a fair deal?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a little bit more work than I'm doing now for them, but I think that it's something we can handle. I don't think it's going to be an exorbitant amount. And if it's not, we have a clause in here to give them, I think it's 60 days. Yeah, 60 days written notice. If I come to you guys and say this is just too much, then we have a way to get out.
Very good, thank you. For the recommendation, gentlemen.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I will second.
Motion and a second to accept the,
We-
call this an updated agreement?
That's fine.
With-
Will you put a caveat in there about the effective date? What's your question?
I don't have any.
I just sent it to you.
Oh,
I thought I
Should have thrown that now.
I'll send you the updated one, but
thought I had you.
And there'll need to
I
be an
CC'd
additional
you, I
appropriation or
apologize.
something.
there'll need to be an additional appropriation that I'll have to have Susan work out This will have to go to Butler. It's going to Butler, I think, tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna approve it tonight either, but,
Okay, so
basically, we'll have to have an open-ended effective date, and then, I'll get Susan the most up-to-date agreement so she can get signature pages done.
So what,
It's been updated though since then, since he's gotten it, so I'll send you the corrected one. I know, I'm sorry, Susan.
what are you guys doing? What are you doing to me?
Making you go insane?
Right? Okay, so Terry made a motion to approve the interlocal agreement with the city of Butler effective August 2026?
August something 2026, yes, I'm assuming,
So effective August
yeah,
2026?
in August of 26, yeah.
should we actually have a date, specific date?
You just do August.
I think we can just do August because we can't bill them for it until we get the date, so it would match up. The math will match up to whatever date it ends up.
Yeah,
Well, more for Andrew to answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
and Susan and I are like, no, we're good.
you're talking about for the effective date of it, it sounds like you want the effective date to be September 1st, if I understood it correctly?
It'll need to be effective after the last plan commission date in August, and I'm not sure we know exactly when that is yet.
Okay, so
You could have it
have to
now, I guess.
adopt exactly the same interlocal agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they adopt here and ultimately sign needs to have the same date as the one Butler adopts.
Yep,
We have it first.
Hmm?
Like, we have the agreement.
I think we
first.
can make it September 1st, that's not gonna be a problem, and we'll just, it's not gonna be a problem. If you wanna do that.
Even if their meeting is like August 3rd?
Well,
I mean, you could,
any business that would happen would have to just wait for approval on September 1st.
Can we not put in
after
the
the.
day
yeah,
following
Yeah, we
the
could put the
city of
day
Butler?
following, yeah, I would be fine with the day following their
Plan commission?
plan commission meeting, that's a good way to handle that. That way it could be adopted the same and the
Yeah.
date could change as
It's either
needed.
gonna be the 20th or the 27th, so I don't know what that date is, because sometimes
Okay.
we do a week early.
But I'm fine with
Okay,
Susan's
so I
suggested
have-
language.
Sorry for the
Effective
confusion.
the day following the city of Butler's plan commission meeting held in August of 2026.
Yes.
Terry, do you agree? Do you agree? Okay.
I'll second that.
So we have an amended motion now on the table to accept the interlocal agreement as presented with no specific date, correct?
With the,
Will.
yeah, with the date about the effective date after the August
Yep.
2026 meeting.
Any other questions or comments? Anyone in the audience? Hearing no one, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried 3-0. Thank you, gentlemen. Chris,
Yes,
is it possible to have Cameron come early?
yeah, I can give him a call.
You would,
He's at the office, so,
oh, is he?
Yep.
Okay. That would be great.
I'd like to add one more thing, I forgot. Not for you. So, there was a miscommunication, mostly on my part, with it comes to the Canon, dedication for the time capsule on July 4th. Just miscommunication on my part, didn't do a very good job, so we're gonna reschedule that for July 30th, if that's okay with you guys. I didn't even talk to you guys, just to let the public know that we're gonna do at 6 PM on July 30th, we're gonna do the Canon dedication with the time capsule, so.
July 30th
30th,
at 6.
at 6, yep.
We have a little thing.
I will be getting it this week. I've already talked to him, and so I should be having all the time capsule. That was part of the issue too, was the time capsules. We hadn't had all of them yet. But I'll get those today, all this week, and then we'll be good to go. I've talked to Atlas. They're trying to see if they can get up here to be able to seal it up that Friday, because this is a Thursday, I believe. Yeah, and so they're gonna try to come up on Friday to be able to seal it up and everything at the time.
called a lady from the Daughters of the American Revolution who we're hoping at the July 4th to read the Declaration of Independence, but he notified us way too late to change that schedule. So I reached out to you two gentlemen, and you approved of asking her if they want to come and be part of that ceremony as well. I've not heard anything back yet, but it is a possibility if they want. Hopefully I think that'd be really nice.
Mhm.
How about we do some,
Okay.
that one's just you. Signatures. All right, now you have 3, do not.
Jody. And Courtney. And
I will get a hold of Courtney Butler.
might as well.
No, you get a hold of.
Right? You said we might as well move them.
Yeah.
Chris? Cameron on his way? Okay, thank you.
Did any of you hear back about the Eastern Engineering thing for the health department? There,
I think so. Don't remember seeing it.
for Sunny Meadow?
Was on that. We have to.
Yeah, you need to, yeah, you should.
Motion to
Motion a second. Commissioner to be on the courthouse security board. Any questions, comments? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? You're abstaining.
No, I'm just, yeah, I guess. Vote for myself, or I,
Yes, you can.
Or you can say no, but you still lose.
I'm all right with it. Either put it 2-0, or I don't care.
I would reach out to Jason Meeks. There's that.
I've already been to one of them.
He's already attended
Oh,
the
okay.
meeting.
Then there you go.
Twice, actually, so you're two meetings behind if it comes with pay.
Oh. Officially, you were just there as a guest.
Nope. We're in.
I thought so. I just wanted, I didn't know if we needed to.
Good morning, Mr. Rice. Thank you for coming early. Appreciate it. Floor is yours.
So, basically it's a property update. We added 5 last time I was here. We added 1 more today, or this time was a Pinkerton. got it taken care of. A lot of them are in monitoring position states right now. They have cleaned up. I've seen, roll-off dumpsters be dropped off, things taken care of and everything. Communication has been, present with all these people I've been dealing with. The only one we've really dealing with is the Cronces. They have chose not to reach out at all, text message, phone calls, or anything. That's the property where we're dealing with. I want to say there's like 3 or 4 people out there. I submitted basically everything you got here is off of my computer as well. Photos from months and months and months. It did show us a power of attorney for William's stuff, but supposedly licensed branch cannot give her access to filing for titles or registrations. But she did say that she can prove hers, but she still hasn't proved nothing to me of ownership of the, I want to say 1 or 2 vehicles that she has. There's no power of attorney paperwork where they listed off all the vehicles. So Lakeisha Krantz, she owns a 2001 Ford pickup and a Jeremy Coleman, a brown van, red Ford pickup, a boat, on a trailer, and canoes. Obviously, canoes have a registration, nothing for them. But everything else out there for those 2 characters, or not characters, but 2 people that live out there that are incarcerated, like Mr. Krantz, haven't showed me anything, haven't responded to any phone calls or text messages to validate that it's all legal, for our DeKalb County ordinance, that a valid registration is valid.
We gave her 30 days, right?
Yeah, so we gave her 30 days. I kind of went past that a little bit, just to, because of the amount of vehicles are out there, you know what I mean, just to figure out what she needs to figure out. But since then, she hasn't replied to any text messages or replied to any phone calls. And one last time, on 6/22, I did realize that there are children out there too. I do not know how they're bathing, bathroom, you know what I mean? I don't know how they're using any utilities if there's no running water inside those campers or in the trailer that's present on the property. Because last time I was out there, they weren't using the trailer or the manufactured home that's there. So I don't know what's going on. In July, on 7/14, I did see Lakeisha Krantz come out of what looks like they probably built I don't know what that is in the corner of the property there. I don't know if she's living in it.
Is that the last page?
Yeah, it's the last page of July 7/14/2026. I don't know if they're living in it, but I wouldn't put it past it that they are living in that.
Actually, is there like a tent over a camper? Is that?
It looks like they just put like OSB together, some looks like it's just made out of a whole bunch of wood. Right, because the campers aren't livable, the bumper pulls or the 5th wheels or the modular home. And she told me that she wanted the whole modular home or manufactured home destroyed, get rid of whatever. So that tells me obviously there's nothing out there being ran. And obviously you see the dogs, do have dogs, and when I went to post the notice to appear, they are pretty skinny. Pack of food, water, and all that. We're pretty sure it's in the pictures too of the animal, one of the animals. I think it was a black pit bull or a white pit bull that's out there. They seem friendly because they didn't obviously attack me when I went to post a notice or anything like that. So with all that basically being said, and with what evidence that we have here, I am requesting that we file a lawsuit up against the Krantzes. Mr. William Krantz. I'm not sure what we can do about Mr. Coleman and Larry Lawrence that's out there either. Just based off, you know, seeing obviously animals and children and the status of everything right now and how she's not complying with everybody or anything. So that's up to you guys on what
Andrew?
you want to do. And
Who do we put the law? I'm for the lawsuit. She hasn't done anything. We gave her a timeline with specific directions of what to do.
And she sat here and said she agreed to dealing with Larry Lee. Again, I don't know if Larry's out. You know what I mean? I haven't seen anything. You know, because she said she was going to have all the vehicles moved accordingly, and it just still looks just tucked in there. Who's is who's? Couldn't tell you. And I remember she sat there and said during the raid, or however you want to portray it as, that the sheriffs took the titles to these vehicles, which I doubt that. You know what I mean? I doubt that any sheriff's office will take vehicle titles.
So for the record, there hasn't been any changes from the last time we talked to her.
No, there hasn't been any changes.
Significant
Probably
changes,
mowing.
significant changing, I should say.
Right, she's probably just been mowing and everything like that, just to keep the yard down, I'm assuming. I have a picture of them out doing yard work, but that's about it, but just, you know, we're asking for specific things, you know, just for her stuff. If she can prove it, she can. I called her, I texted her, phone's still on, you know, it says, this is leave a voicemail. Give it a couple days. You know what I mean?
What's our next step?
Next step would probably be to have me work with Cameron to prepare a lawsuit on it. It seems to me that there could also be a potential health department investigation on this. And, potentially, and I think, especially if you've got people living there, I don't know if that's a legal residence where the trailer is or not. That's something you could check with Chris on probably, but.
There is a manufactured home behind all the trailers.
But is that manufactured home a legal residence? Like, has it been subdivided off properly, or is it an illegal
I'm not sure.
manufactured? We'd have to check on that, but,
Okay.
yeah.
I do know they're all in separate campers and everything and doing who knows what out there, you know. But yes, I have served Lakeisha Krantz in the camper that resides in front of the manufactured home. I have seen kids, you know, obviously there are photos of them coming out giving me the middle finger. You know what I mean? It is with their hand is up in the gesture of the middle finger, which is what it is. You know what I mean? And with animals and stuff like that.
Make the motion to have Andrew work with you on setting up a lawsuit. Move forward. We've given her plenty of opportunity, plenty of time, has no movement for the process.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second for Andrew to move forward with the lawsuit on the Ron's property as presented. Any other questions, comments? Anyone in the audience? Hearing no one, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Okay, I will work on that.
Anything else, sir?
the Mr. Slinger update. You guys received those photos and everything too. There has been some progress out there, but I'd like to give him more time, but then I think time also has, you know, been given a lot for him basically. But he has been cleaning up, but the thing is he has turned his phone off, and every time I drive out there, I can never find the man. You know what I mean? Just to say, hey, this is looking better or looking worse or whatnot.
But it's looking better. There is progress.
It is looking better, yeah. He has been taking, I have seen trailers full of stuff, you know, coming and going, whether he's taking it across the street because he owns 120 acres across the street too, whether he's going, you know. So I don't know if he's transporting it across the street or if he's actually getting rid of it.
But the property itself's looking better.
Yeah, it's looking better, yeah. The only thing is he has turned his phone off, so there's no, you know, it's just turned off.
I'm fine with giving him more time. As long as there's progress going, I'm okay with,
Yeah, there's
I'm okay with
progress.
giving him more time.
You know, I kind of say he's dragging his feet, but yeah, there is good progress on that one. Should look worse around February, March.
Until the progress stops or gets worse.
Yeah,
Allow him to do it.
kind of picks up, then it slows down, picks up, slows down, stuff like that, so I don't know if it's management, I don't know.
What's going on with the Albright property?
Frank Albright, I talked to Andrew about that, and I put together a list of items that we requested to see, paperwork for vehicle-wise and everything.
And then we'll be preparing I'll be preparing a proposed agreement that it sounds like they'll take a good faith look at it.
Right.
It sounded positive from talking to their attorney.
Seen movement out there, but I don't know if it's just being moved around or if it's actually being taken off. I can't tell, so I'm just kind of curious.
I've seen Mr. Albright leave OmniSource, just happened to be driving past each other and everything, and he has had trailers full of scrap metal and stuff like that. But I did tell him okay, you may not want to get your equipment stuck out in the field or anything, but you can still pick up the scrap pieces or whatever that's on my pavement area. That's more compact than, than the farmer's field where he has all the telephone poles and everything. That's where he's like, well, I got rained out, can't burn anything or whatever for a few days. I told him that, okay, just pick up the scrap, burn barrels, whatever, get rid of it.
But there's movement on it at least.
Yeah, there is movement. He kept inviting me, so I kept, going back out there on Fridays and everything, but all that kind of came to an end. It rained, it made whatever, that they'd still be working on other parts of your property besides. We did have one person question on if he was moving the telephone poles to another property on US 6, and movement of telephone poles going from, because it's literally on my route back home, so I haven't seen any additional stuff there at all.
How many cases have you closed?
I have closed the one on County Road 327. That one's been cleaned up from a third-party company that the bank already decided to reach out to and everything. I think it was making Community Properties Home something right again. James Bowser, he has his cleaned up currently. He had roll-off dumpsters delivered, I want to say mid-spring. They just been piling stuff up in roll-off dumpsters and back of trucks and everything. Pinkerton, that was basically a vehicle being dealt with where I needed to get rid of the vehicle or show proof and everything, and he showed me proof in a couple days. Jason Lee Gerber, he's out on County Road 40 on Butler, and he's been, took the second notice for him to actually get everything cleaned up and everything. That's looking way better. Besides, it'd be nice to have some siding on his house. Mark Marks, he's kind of been back and forth, just wants to try to argue, but then he cleans up, you know what I mean, just to, I guess, which is And then there is another lady, her name's Jen, out of Spencerville. She owns a property, an abandoned property next door, and she basically got turned in from another individual. And it was based on the abandoned property that she purchased at an auction, so 2 lots. And I told her, this is the issue we're having, we have this eyesore of an abandoned home that you own, how can we deal with it? And she's going through the process of whatever process the state of Indiana is allowing. And I talked to Andrew and Chris about it, and I think that's where we kind of left it as, like, let her kind of communicate back and forth on what's going on with it. We suggested get with the local fire department if they can use a training facility or some sort, so she doesn't have all this money out of pocket, I guess, to maybe not get rid of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it could be utilized for something, but it sounds like she's still terrified from what it sounds like, and just get rid of it. She did ask us if she could just cave it in because it sits on a basement. I told her I don't think it's the right thing to do, you know what I mean? It probably needs to be properly disposed of, all that kind of stuff, because I've heard of people in Fort Wayne
Yeah.
doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But she's working on that right now, proper avenue.
I appreciate all the hard work you've been doing. You keep up on all of it. You keep us informed, and you're getting some of these cases and complaints taken care of, cleaned up, and done. And I appreciate it.
And then, Chris did ask me, so I got, from Jeff's Towing and from Parker's Towing and Recovery, I got copies for everybody too. So basically, I guess we need to know which company we would like to go with on removing of vehicles. Jeff's Towing, they are local, it's kind of like a mom and pop shop. And Parker's Towing and Recovery, I reached out to them because they have more like the equipment to do removals quickly of nuisance properties and everything. All that's right here.
So you're asking actually for a recommendation?
So I talked to Chris on this, and he told me to get, a couple pricing on what it costs per vehicle, per tow, and what it hold, per day on storage fees and how long to hold the vehicles and everything. And so I went with Parker Star Recovery because they have basically manpower. If we need something cleaned out within, 1 day, they'd basically come out and remove whatever vehicle-wise, they remove it. And then Jeff's Towing and Recovery, they're kind of just a local mom and pop shop and everything, kind of keep it in DeKalb. But if we had to venture out to somebody to do a quick removal, let's say the Cronces, they have, let's say 35 cars out there. I don't know how fast Jeff's Towing would do it with Parker's Towing Recovery. I know they can just wheel in, wheel out within a couple hours and everything be cleaned out.
Right now, I think we only have one case where we have a court order allowing for
Right.
the
Correct,
recovery.
yeah.
It's the Thrush case.
And I
there's
think
like
that-
1 or 2 cars still out there that.
And for us to be able, I didn't want Cameron or myself to say, sure, go out there and take the vehicle without having the commissioner's approval on who to use, and that you're aware that we're gonna
There's gonna
need.
be a cost that
There's
we
gonna be a
could
cost that
add
we
to
need to
the
spend.
judgment probably, but this person is uncollectible, so the
Correct.
county's just gonna be eating it as part of your code.
Well, we would be able to put a lien on the property. That'd be the only
Yes,
other
it'd be a
option.
lien on the property in case it ever gets sold. but
Correct.
That could be 20 years.
Right, but, so you're gonna have a cost of, in this case, if there's a $35 per day storage fee, that's gonna add up quick.
And I think it's for the
And-
30 days, at least with Jeff's, it was for the 30 days.
And then they consider the vehicle
until
abandoned.
It's considered abandoned, then I think it can go through just a sale,
Right,
auction
Right,
process
yeah.
that they would handle.
I
Abandoned
can't do the
property.
math that quick, but you're looking at, $1,000
You're probably looking at
for storage fees, plus,
$1,500.
plus the tow of $180.
The storage fee is cheaper with Jeff's, but
Correct.
the, the Parker tow fee is
Less
a little
expensive.
cheaper,
Yeah.
but
Right.
probably the storage fee is where you're gonna get the hardest
Yeah.
hit anyway.
Yeah,
And both of these candidates, they have accounts with the DeKalb County Sheriffs too, so I don't know what kind of discount they're giving the sheriffs or anything either. This is just everything we
Do you have any idea?
requested.
you have any idea what the sheriffs get charged for towing? It's all probably on their, some account that they bill, okay. So, yeah, I wanted Cameron to be able to bring this to you guys to make that decision. Like you said, we have one, but with the Krantz, we could be getting into,
Yeah, you can get
Quite a
pretty
few.
deep in with the Kranzes, and let's say if the Masons did come across, the Masons have a lot of, you know what I mean, vehicles out there, and by the way, they did have a new owner next door to them, so that may be another, situation where they're looking at the junk in the backyard. You know, there is a new homeowner next door to them.
Andrew, can there be a different contract with Jeff's that we can do just like, hey, we'll pay for 30 days worth of storage at this price?
You mean like
Then-
a flat, yeah, I mean, you can
But then they
negotiate, I
could, but
think,
if they,
any way you want.
if the residents want to get the car, they can charge them something different,
Nah, that might be a bit of a problem. I mean,
I thought.
yeah, I think that could be an issue with two different charges like that.
Yeah, because if we get, these properties have multiple cars, that can get up real fast. And we have
Yeah.
to assume it's gonna be on our cost until otherwise.
Right, right. With one or two cars, it's probably,
Right.
to clean up and finish the thrush case, depending on what you gentlemen want to do, might be worth doing that. But on the 35 cars, that adds up pretty fast, and there's no guarantee that you're gonna,
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure Parker Stone Recovery, you know, they charge, you know, a storage fee, and then they have, I wanna say, a different fees for different vehicles too, so if there's a camper, whether it's mobile home,
Larger
camper, large vehicle, whatever, there's different storage fees for that. This is just for their light towing out of both Jeff and Parker Stone Recovery. I don't know what the heavy duty tows will be either for, if Jeff even has that kind of record, you know, whether if he has a rotator or not. I know Parker Stone.
I would like to have some more time on that, just to see what we can do before we make a decision, because whatever we set now is gonna be kind of the precedence going forward, so.
yeah, we do.
It's 10 o'clock though, we need to have.
We do have approval for the thrush case to tow that vehicle. Okay,
yeah, we can wait 2 more weeks.
so what do you want him to do in the next two, what,
We're gonna take a break right now.
oh, okay.
It's 10 o'clock.
if we end up with a question for him, we can just.
Call the meeting back to order. Gentlemen, you heard the recommendation from Cameron, and I believe that Andrew is on board as well. We're back in session. Yep, understand. So your back up a little bit, your recommendation as far as the, pardon me?
The towing?
The towing.
Oh, my recommendation, regarding the towing would be to, I mean, we can come back in 2 weeks. I recommend that fairly soon we forward on the court order for that one incident there with Rush, just to get that completed and done.
I'd like to have 2 weeks to see what kind of agreement we can come with one of the towing companies. That way don't set a precedent that later on is going to bite us in the butt.
You can do that by consensus. We don't have to have a motion because, or do you want one?
I'm fine.
Okay. Moving on. Ms. Fincham? Thank you very much for coming early. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly.
Oh, I think, can you hear me better now?
Yep.
I'm with Auburn Main Street, and I just want to thank you for allowing me to speak this morning. I outlined some information that I sent out earlier. I hope you had a chance to review it about the DeKalb County Veteran Memorial. It began with a junior Auburn Main Street and had over 2,300 patrons contribute to it. At that time, we raised over $183,000. To date, it's over $194,000, and that does not include all the in-kind amounts that were given to help put that together. And what I wanted to do is now we're in the final phase, and we're engraving the names of the veterans on that memorial, and we feel that that is a very personal and very meaningful thing to have completed. But after some professional review, they have suggested that we use something different than the limestone that's installed for durability. And so they're suggesting that we do granite panels to be added to it to etch the names onto those panels. And in that, it's a much different expense to finish it up in order to do that. So I'm just requesting and reaching out to all areas of DeKalb County. You're the first one I'm actually meeting with. I meet with Butler tonight, and the rest are scheduled as well to have conversations about considering a pledged percentage based on population for the remaining expense to see if we could cover it that way. The amount that is being asked of and considered for today is based off of 45% for DeKalb County, and that excludes Auburn, Garrett, Butler, and Waterloo, who are going to be asked separately for that portion. So the initial phase, which is what I'm asking to see if you would consider at this time for the DeKalb County portion, would be $14,175. The total, which would be at a later date, would be not to exceed $27,674. I sent those numbers out earlier. I hope you had a chance to review them, and I'm happy to answer any questions about that. But the total amount to finish the project with the name engraving is $62,108. We have a small fund established so far that's held in Auburn at this point with the city to continue to add names to it as needed. So there's a fund established for the ongoing adding of names in the future. But this is to get the initial, I mean, that's just a few $1,000s for the upkeep, maintenance, and to add additional names down the road. But this is to actually get this up. So Any questions for me about the request?
This is a kind of a one-time thing,
This-
is what you're
this-
saying.
Yes, we're asking for the initial, and for right now, because we don't need the full amount. And later, probably in a few months in the fall, we'll need the final amount, once we know what those final numbers come in at, but it's not to exceed the amount listed here.
And just to verify, I thought maybe I heard it wrong. Did you say $19,760 is what you're asking for today? I thought you said
No,
14,
that's,
so I was
no,
confused.
it's 14,175. The total amount's not to exceed 27,674. That 19,760 is the population number excluding the other
Okay.
areas.
That's why I got confused. Okay,
No
thank you.
problem.
Mr.
No, I don't believe so.
Anyone in the audience have any questions? Hearing no one. You've heard the recommendation, gentlemen. What's your pleasure?
Are we wanting to pledge our lighted fund, or are we wanting to say yes and then go have her ask the council? Since we're trying to save back lighted funds for, I'm fine with either way. I think this is a great project. I think it's overall, my brother's a vet. He's going to be on this. It's going to be a great thing for him. And for all the vets in their county, I just don't know what you guys' pleasure is on where they take the money from. Do you want to do the initial 14 out of our lighted and then the rest come out of the council when do you come back and ask? Or,
Certainly, we could do the 14,175 out of lighted to help the process, and the remainder, we can certainly ask the council.
what's your thoughts, Terry?
Yeah, I guess I was thinking about sending it back to council to see if they would fund it, but you guys want to use the lighted funds. I know you've been restricting them to a certain amount, so.
Do you want to do the 14,175 out of the lighted, and then the remainder we go ask the council for, kind of a split between both of us?
I think that is a fair assessment. We're doing our part, and the council needs to do their part. They feel that way.
Yeah, that'll be my motion then.
Well, I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to donate out of lighted funds the $14,175 with the remainder of county's estimate to be funded by the council. Correct?
Correct.
Any other questions, comments? Anyone in the audience? Hearing no one, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 3-0.
Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
And I would probably go to the next council meeting and ask for
Ask
not
for
to
final.
exceed the remaining parts and see if they're willing to come out of the general for that.
Thank
If you
you.
need help with that, you can reach out to me.
Okay.
I was gonna say, the commissioners should be there. It's gonna be a request
I know, I'll be there, yeah, so.
because it will end up being paid out of your budget location.
I'll be there for it, I just,
I plan on being there as well.
Thank you.
Okay,
you're welcome, thanks, Ann.
thank you. Appreciate coming in early. This time, Ms. Butler.
Good morning. I'm Courtney Butler. I think I've met most of you. Nice to see you. Thank you for letting me speak today on my favorite subject, spaying and neutering cats. Like Bob Barker. The big discussion I wanted to have with you today is continuing to support high-volume, low-cost spay-neuter with the veterinarian I partner with called Public Vet. Dr. Tess Peavy had reached out, I believe, to all of you and communicated her mission and what she does. And the most important part about the Public Vet partnership is they can match funds through state funds, through the license plates that say fix them all and things such as that. So if the commissioners can continue to contribute $2,000 to $2,500 as initially discussed per clinic at 115 cats or so, that can reduce the cost for our residents from $100 a cat to about $35 to $40 per cat with the state support and the commissioner support. And we grant, apply and fundraise in addition to that as well, because most residents have told us they can afford around $35 a cat. And most veterinarians need to charge at least $100 a cat. So this kind of closes the gap to provide the low-cost spay-neuter. And Dr. Peavy is passionate to continue not just being a spay-neuter vet, but providing full care service. Because as we've seen, hoarding cases are an issue. And if we can help those individuals on a large scale with a long-term veterinary partner, we can help them overcome that obstacle that seems to keep coming up for some of the same people. Again, preventing the animals before they exist to go to a shelter is my goal, and I hope that we can continue that. I do have a location for our next clinic, which will be in November. I cannot announce the location on the public record per Dr. Peavy's request. We only give that location out once residents have registered, otherwise we get flooded with walk-ins, and we don't take walk-ins. But I can email that to you privately if you guys would like to know where the location is. So I'm here to answer questions and provide any information I can to request that we continue to fund low-cost spay-neuter for our residents.
Susan, do we have any more money in the TNR program? Do we have enough to cover this? Is this going to be a continuous thing every year?
We would like
Hopefully.
it to be. Dr. Peavy can appear in DeKalb County as long as I can continue to find locations, which we're doing well at, every 3 to 4 months. And at each of those clinics, we can do 115 or so cats, which far exceeds the transport program we had before at 20 to 40 cats a month at our best. This is a big way to reach a lot of people at once.
This is, I think, a great program. We've already seen with Erica and the animals, we have issues here that we don't need to add to the population. So I'd make the motion to put $2,000 to, who do we give that to?
Public Vet is the name of the veterinary
Public Vet,
group
that's right.
that would go to. And really, to me, any veterinarian is wonderful to do this. They are just the veterinarian that comes to us and makes it very easy at this time. So I would love it if if residents have another veterinary option to still get support. I know that's important, but if we can make sure that, again, Dr. Peavy's covered for about 4 clinics a year, that would be ideal.
My motion is for the 2,000 for the November clinic for Public Vet.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to accept the proposal of $2,000 for the November cat program as presented. Are there any other questions or comments? Anyone from the public? Hearing no one, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Go have fun.
Thank you. And would you guys like me to come back for each clinic, each quarter to present? Or is it just something that I can email our auditor and we can determine if the clinic is still something that you want to fund? Because we will be back at it in the spring. November's our last for this year.
I'll probably just do it, probably come out in the spring when you have a schedule for the year, and just that way we know.
Perfect.
At this point, we don't know what the money's going to be available
Right.
because the council hasn't finished what their job is. And so after we have that, then at least we'll know what our budget is.
I'll come back. I always love to see you guys. And one more question. When I'm talking about funding this with the public and with our veterinarian, the money you all are contributing, do you want that divided up among any DeKalb County resident or non-incorporated residents only?
At this point, my thought is should be unincorporated. But,
I think that's what we've been doing, so we'll continue with that. Okay.
well, gentlemen,
I'm fine with that.
Works for me.
Very good. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you for your time. I hope you guys have a great.
You too.
Hearing that, gentlemen, any other topic of discussion? Commissioner Dooley,
Checking my notes here real quick.
pardon me?
Just checking my notes.
He's
Okay.
looking at his notes. I think you've done enough
Want to make a motion to throw stuff at Sue?
with no work, with no,
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
even though you
We have a
don't.
motion and a second
We're
to
doing it
adjourn.
today.
You guys
But
don't
before we
adjourn.
do, Andrew, do you have anything?
At this point, I'd do. So I'm fine with adjourning.
Jody?
That's it.
Susan?
No.
Anyone in the public have any issue, concern? Hearing no one, we have a motion to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
We don't actually
Just gavel and make her go crazy.
He wanted to do it, so